Oh, I'm recording again. How about that? Okay, well, I guess, it's like I'm talking to my camera. I'm at home sitting at my desk with nothing else that I really want to do because of my chronic depression. Um, I just got back from the hospital. Um, I don't really even want to tell that story about that. I had a Tom moment. I smacked a kid in the head who had been fucking with me for months. Um, Costing me money when he fucks with me because he thugs me off on my spot, which is like totally uncool in the busking world. I mean, completely uncool. I mean, he would have been curb stomped in Austin for doing that shit to me. Chicago, forget it. He'd have his hands busted and he'd never be able to play guitar again. Um, but I smacked him upside the head. It's like the cops tell me no, nobody can go down in the tunnel. Well, that was just because we had the conflict there, and the tunnel the next week couldn't use it, and they were back in there this week when I came out naturally. And I come around the corner, and there's this motherfucker setting up on there's a telephone switching unit that sticks up out of a parking lot at O'Malley's that I use because I set up my jewelry on top of it, and the motherfucker's right there. So it was like, when I went by, the crowd was a little thick, and I made like I got jostled, but I kind of bounced off his back of his head with my elbow. I don't punch things anymore ever. I can't afford to risk wrecking my wrist. I've got a boxer break here from punching a 2x4 instead of three people's faces, and this was from a bicycle accident I had because some punk set a pit bull after me. I crashed into one of these, standing gas valve units and busted my wrist. And like a dumbass, instead of letting it set, I was dependent on my flute for cash so that I could have drugs and food. I was out there and playing it, and playing like this caused the wrist to not heal right, as you can see. See the difference. So anyway, kid. Well, I wasn't going to talk about this on a video, but I guess I am because it's ongoing. I caught a case behind it because like the kid comes up behind me. I just smacked him and kept walking, and it didn't even slow down. Just oops, and it just kept going because it's like I got to get some distance between me and him because he's loud. And the next space was like at least 100 yards down the street anyway. But he come up behind me and hit me in the head and across the back of the legs with his guitar, hard. It's a whole lot different than elbow in the head. That's a weapon. This is my body I hit him with. And so I get to my spot. In front of the Antigone bookstore parking lot is one of my alternate spots when the good ones aren't happening. Or actually, that's a better spot in the daytime than anywhere else. That's where I usually go in the daytime. It's the Antigone bookstore or over by the next corner by the clothing store. I'm doing okay, making a few bucks, and here comes Tucson's funniest stuff in a golf cart. Tell me you need to talk to me. He says, what happens? I told him, and he says, well, he says you robbed him. I said, what? Yeah, I said I took about $20 from him. And he didn't have anything in the case when I went by, I don't think. I didn't even look. I just hit him in the head and kept going. But it looked like he was just getting set up. So he couldn't add more than $1 or $2 in the case that he seated himself. Oh, I'll finish the story and get back to the hospital story, I guess. So anyway, they cited me for robbery and assault, and I appeared in court last week just to plead, and I got another court date in October on the 20th. Um, I'm going to go in there with a motion to dismiss and a complaint about the assault with a weapon and the false report. You know, I'm going to go in there with a motion to dismiss and a false report. And I'm going to call up a criminal attorney and see if I can talk him into taking it on a contingency or cheap. You know, just, you know, I'll do the filing. You know, let him, you know, just cheap. Have his paralegal compose something. They probably got standard issue forms too. But anyway, back to the hospital thing. Because that's what, you know, this is why I had to go, is the guy hit me across the back of the legs with a guitar hard. And I got a picture of the bruise. I had Stacy took a picture of the bruise. And it just wasn't healing. And because of the hormones, I have to be cautious about blood clots. And it wasn't healing. And then there's, you know, last week I started feeling a lump in there, right along where the main blood vessels run. And I called my primary and talked to the nurse, and he said, was it a she? I forget. I think it was a dude nurse. Yeah, it was a dude nurse I talked to. My primary is a lady nurse, but it was a dude nurse I talked to, and he told me, you know, what symptoms to watch out for. And they started, you know, I was at the last Brian Dean show last night, or the last Brian Dean Boondock show last night, and I'm feeling the pain starting to shoot up my legs and down, you know, up the inner thigh along where the nerves and the blood vessels are running, and then down the front of my shin onto the top of my foot, and some numbness down there. And you know, it was like, you know, the main concern is if you can't move your toes, you get into the ER. And I had an appointment for Wednesday afternoon. Where am I now? I'm so unglued in time at the moment. Okay, it's Tuesday afternoon. So my appointment's Wednesday at like this time, and here it is. I'm sitting there and it's getting worse, and I was feeling uncomfortable anyway because I didn't even have enough money on my card to buy a drink or any food, and there wasn't room at my friend's table, and those are the only people that I knew there. And except for a few others, very few others, but my friend's table was full. And I had to sit at a stool behind it, so I'm uncomfortable there. I can't buy anything, and so I'm having to say, you know, I'm okay to the waitress, and then I went out on the patio, and one of my friends referred to me as he to another friend, and then turned around and called me brother, and then he wouldn't give up the mic, and you know, it's like, I'm like, and the other two guys are like, uh-oh. But then they kind of went away, and I had to talk with him about it. While I was at the hospital, everybody fucking misgendered me, but they corrected quickly. You know, it was just, they corrected quickly. I only had to warn one of them. One of the techs was like, didn't get the message and kept calling me he to the nurse, kept referring to me. It's like, yo, if you do that one more time, I want your supervisor. And everybody's cool about it. But they kept doing it all the way to the last nurse. So I'm sorry. I'm usually so good about it. As I understand, because I'm not like really trying to look very female. I'm just me. This is me. So all I'm doing is, this is me. I'm not a dude. I'm not a woman, but I'm not a dude. And it's obvious to my friends that Tommy's just a whole lot nicer person than Tom. Tom is completely impatient, intolerant, explosive, and Tom will kill if Tom needs to kill something to get away from it. Tom has never done that, thank God, but Tom has come very close several times. And Tommy don't want to go there, especially not now, not anymore, not with my wrist wrecked, Now with me on hormones and out of condition, no way. No dog, no way. Leave me alone. Take that stuff somewhere else. Um, but anyway, um, I was on EKG all day, all night. You know, I got I what I laughed. Oh yeah, back to telling the whole story is I wasn't feeling comfortable, and the first set wasn't even over. Hardly, it was still just the Brian Dean trio. I'm really sorry I missed so much of it because there were, from what I understand, lots of players. Heather Hardy showed up. I don't know the names of the others, but I saw 3, 4 other people that were just, second set. I didn't wait for the whole first set. From what I understand, Steve and Stacy, who had brought me there, didn't hang out much. She said they left about a half hour later. Um, but it was one of those kind of nights where like the local live music lovers were out. The place was packed, and it was just about everybody was over 40, and there was a table full of about 8 of my friends, um, and a couple others that were friends. Bailey was there, and Bill Huff was there. I forget who else I noticed, but it was the O'Briens and Lisa Toussaint and Bill Moeller and Abby Moore and some people I didn't know, and that was the table, and so I ended up having to sit behind it. Um, and I was not feeling comfortable because I didn't have any money. I didn't, I couldn't buy a drink and I couldn't buy any food, and I wasn't able to sit at the table with my friends. And then Bill, Bill just didn't. Hopefully, he got the message. It took me a while to get through to Manny, Essendia, and Tom Kennedy, but they're being nice now. I'm not a woman, but I'm not a man. I'm different. I'm Tommy. It's just like leave it alone at that. I'm Tommy. Um, but my temperament is much more female than male. Don't to be aggressive to me, I'm going to respond to you emotionally as a female, which is dangerous in a male body. That's why we don't like to bring Tom out. Stacy liked my new picture. This is like wait. This is my new pose. When there's somebody new in the crowd, this is my signal. That it's like either this one's like totally cool or totally an asshole, and I don't know which yet. Which is why I'm hiding my heart in my brain. It's like in the old days I just like blow people's cover. That's why they call me Crazy Tommy. I get right up with people's passive aggressive people. Boy, I'd draw them right out. Passive aggressive neoliberal fascists turn them into fucking berserkers that fast. I'd have whole boards lit up with hate threats against me. They call me Tommy the Terrorist. AOL. The left wing and the right wing are, from the same Goonie bird. You want to get extreme, go be extreme, but like leave us in the heart and soul and rest of the thing, us monkeys in the middle that want to just have that uncluttered life. I'm not, that's so getting back to being Louis. Sorry, Dr. Vinstock. He'll be back any minute. As soon as we prove ourselves worthy, they're all coming home. Every last one of them. Jerry, John Kennedy, every last one of them. They're all coming back. This is heaven. This is where heaven is. Heaven is on earth, and you gotta be worthy of living here. Otherwise, just go die and get reincarnated somewhere else, man. This is heaven right here. This could be heaven or this could be hell. Well, it's both. And from what I understand, it's pretty warm inside the planet. There's people that do live down in there. I think I can safely say that with no proof of anything other than my telepathic input about it and my study of the world's literature about it. It ain't what it appears to be, folks. This is just kindergarten here. This is just the surface of this planet. The rabbis teach about the levels of understanding that could be revealed in Torah. Um, I'm not deeply enough invested in that to be able to just um, rap on it extemporaneously. Um, Getting back to Louis' teaching, this is very important stuff because this is what we're seeing coming together. This is the legends of my people. Is Jah and Shekinah were the mothers of Adam and Eve. Were the parents of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve were the rulers of a crumbling civilization that fell apart. The children of these space travelers, and here's the things are deteriorating, and according to Elizabeth Height in Initiation, what happened was the priests were misusing the weather controlling devices. Let me say that again. The priests were misusing the weather controlling devices. And something happened apparently to breach the separation between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, and there was this giant flood. So here, Noah picks it up and the story, and you got all these various characters through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then the sons of Jacob, and that's your Israelites, but it's also the Arabs. The Abrahamite people are who it was promised to. The Jews talk about that's Jewish, blah blah. Hey, that's the land bridge between Asia and Africa. It's been the crossroads of empire forever. And the Jews have only ruled it for a couple hundred years, and they've never been anything but a tiny minority there. End of silly rap. Israel was a person, not a place. Zionism is anathema to the Hebrew faith. We're forbidden as Jews to return to. We can go live there all we want, but we were forbidden. Because a lot of people did that. They go study there, or they'd want to be buried there. But we were forbidden from returning en masse and displacing the indigenous people. It's explicitly laid out in Deuteronomy 8:11. We were forbidden to do what they did. And this is what Louis was one of the Reform rabbis that formed around Elmer Berger in the 40s to create the American Jewish AJCNA, JCA, the Jewish Congress. I can't remember what the actual name of it is. The URL is www.acjna.org. And what it was a group of the Reform rabbis who's the Hebrew University, or whatever they call it, Hebrew Union College in Cincinnati, in the 40s during the war, said no. The CCAR endorsed the formation of a Jewish army in Palestine in 1942, I guess it was. And Elmer Berger and Louis and their pals got together and wrote one of those, no, we don't support that for this reason letters. And the ACJ has been standing as the voice of reason against Zionism among the American Reformed Jews ever since. And Louis taught us that we're all the same people. That here was this colony, and here were these people who were given these instructions on how to live. And Judaism is an earth-centric. You look at the first commandments. or to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and to have dominion over the creatures, which we haven't done. We've just been fruitful, and we've been harmful and multiplying, and just being greedy and stupid and self-centered. When everything is interdependent, everything is connected to everything else. This is the wisdom that John Trudell and Bill Lane and Honorable Looking Horse and all the native leaders have been trying to pass along. It's all connected. There's this huge argument about how do I get over here when I want to talk about my health? Oh well, it's all connected. We are one, but we're all different, and we need to learn to, race is not race, class. There's only two kinds of people. There are people that uphold the doctrine of love, and there are people that don't. And individual expression should be celebrated and embraced. Celebrate the diversity, not fight against it and turn us all into a bowl of chocolate pudding, or vanilla pudding. So anyway, I think I was not really good. I forget. I forgot. But I know I never got to talk about my lungs and my respiratory distress. Here's where that's at. When I smoke tobacco, I don't inhale deeply and I don't hold it long. When I smoke weed, I inhale deeply and do hold it long. Because of the pharmacological properties of the nicotine and the THC, they need to be smoked that way, or else they will cause harm. Well, I don't know about the weed. Smoking it like tobacco, that's kind of wasting it, because you need to absorb the drug. You need to get it in your lung and hold it there. If you eat it, it breaks down. And so you vaporize it and absorb it through your lungs. The tobacco, the weed is what's called a vasodilator, and opens up the blood vessels so that it exchange, the active exchange of toxin for in with the good and out with the bad, active exchange across the cell membranes. Is what weed is doing, where nicotine is doing the opposite. It's a vasoconstrictor, and it's choking it off. So I don't smoke heavily. I don't smoke deeply. So I haven't damaged my lungs so badly at all. My lungs were clear. Today, I was on EKG for like about 6 hours. Boy, nice, steady, easy, low blood pressure. 65 to 72 heart rate, and about a 19, 14. I think I got my respiratory. I was resting that the nurse come in and wanted to put the oxygen on me. I said, no, I'm okay. The numbers got too low, so I was resting. The damage is in trachea and bronchi. That's where most people do themselves in. Is in here first. Is where especially cigar smokers. But it's moderation in all things, and also the idea of doing it with grace. That's an interesting little anecdote I can tell here. That's appropriate and relevant. Is that alcohol is a sacrament to some people, and it's like totally poison to others. The Jewish, the Orthodox Jews drink a fair bit, but they do it ritually. only certain times. They don't, they don't. It's not what they do all the time. It's what they do when they're supposed to do it. Same thing with Indians or Native Americans. That's a whole other argument too. It's like all of a sudden all these natives call themselves Indians. Like what the fuck? Uh, and American. As anybody who calls themselves American is ennobling the incompetent navigator that brought the despot Columbus here in the first place. Uh, yeah, this is Turtle Island. Um, and I like the United Nations of America. It's cool. I don't care. Because there was like over 500 nations here when Columbus showed up, and they had almost that many languages too. And they just committed culture. It's the worst genocide in the world of any that I know of. You could talk about the Armenians all you like, and the Jews. The Jews was nothing. Shit, we killed that many in Southeast Asia. During the war games. And supposedly the Zionists were behind the Jews getting killed, and they were behind all the Armenians and all the Stalin purges and shit. That was the Zionist Jews. Just like I said earlier, the human instinct is to be peaceful. The hunter is efficient, swift, and efficient. The human hunter. We're not berserkers. That's mentally ill reptilian shit. That's brainstem stuff. We're supposed to be beyond that. We can use the creative will to animate inanimate things. And have them, to use tools to enhance our living spaces and all that shit. And, a big part of it is living at peace with each other and sharing the resources. And I think on that note, that's where I'm going to end it. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.